once you create the section, here the 1, 2, 3s are the three fields inside the section. So by default, you have created the section, right? Just add a URL field. Just double click the URL field, it will come inside the section only. Have you all added the email field also? So in the rich text uh, field, at the top right, you'll see notes. Just click on it and type your text and press done. So when you drag and drop this field, you'll see you can click on it. Top right, you'll see notes. Click on it, type or, and you're done. Do all of you have a section called how can candidates apply and fields inside the section? Anyone wants help? Please raise your hands. So we need to create one more section. Uh, create one more section. It's called posted by. So basically, you're seeing how can you apply and then who has posted the job. So one more section. Double click on the section. Always rename the section once you create it. It's called posted by. New section. It'll appear like this. there is one section here, the second section is here. So when you have two sections in your app, it means you have three sections overall because the first one is considered a section. Yeah. Okay. The first field inside the section is alumni email. It's an email field. The name is called alumni email. You can just copy paste from the booklet. Alumni email. And the second last field in the section is called alumni name. It's a single line field. Single line field called alumni name. The section is called posted by. Uh, Please ensure you have renamed the section. And inside the section, so renaming the section means it's basically a subheader in your form, a subheading. Are you all done? Once you're done, on the top right, you can see done. You can click on that. We'll just see the form that we have created. You can click on access the application also. So we are going into the live mode of the application. So you'll see the poster job form that you have built. So these are the different sections. So in reality, this is what the where the or stands. These are the two different sections. Did everyone get this? Any difference from what you see on the screen? Or is it the same that you've gotten? Okay, we have a couple of more forms to build. The reason why we are doing all this is because once you need the form, you need to add some data, then only you can visualize it with reports, automate using workflows. So we need this groundwork to be cleared. I know it's a little monotonous, but we have to do this. Um, Please click on edit the application. We are going to build another form. So top right, click on edit the application. How do I build a form? Click on the plus sign, form from scratch. What is the name of the next form? Merchandise. Next form is called merchandise. Was everyone able to navigate to the edit mode, the plus and everything? Any questions, any doubt? Please raise your hands. We'll go slowly if needed. Form is called merchandise. You can create the form. Okay, this is a very straightforward small form. What is the first field? Single line. Please continue doing. If there's any doubt, you can just raise your hands. Single line. What is the name? Item name. And it's a mandatory field. So remember to check the mandatory validation. The second field, image. It's called item image. Image, single image. It's called item image. It's a mandatory field. What is the third field? Drop down. So basically, this is a field for collecting the details of the merchandise, or say t-shirts or jackets or bags. So third field is drop down called size. Drop down size. So drop down will have choices. Please remember to add the choices. You have everything from excess to not applicable. And this is a mandatory field. So first choice can be XS, second choice can be S, third choice can be M, then L, XL, and finally not applicable. Please add the six choices in the drop down field. Done. The fourth one is number field, and it's called stock quantity. Number field, stock quantity. And it's a mandatory field. All fields are mandatory in this form. All done? Yeah. If you are confident you can do, don't wait for me. You can complete the form. Uh, fifth field is currency. Name is price per unit. And all fields are mandatory in this form and mandatory. Currency type can be Indian rupees. And finally, a multi-line field called description. Multi-line called description and make it mandatory. So we have six fields in this form. We'll just wait for 2 minutes for all of you to finish. Done? If you're done, you can click on the done. So we have four forms. we have two more forms to create. Before we create the forms, we'll just quickly touch upon these two topics. Which this is the most important field in Creator, and it's a little, it might look a little complicated, but it's very simple. Have you all learned this in your curriculum? The relationship, transitive relationship, one to one. So basically, to have relationship between forms so that data can go in from one form to another, we create reports. So without a connection between forms, you can't, there will not be any data transfer, which is why we use lookups. So I'll just quickly run through. So what happens is when you add a lookup field, you're looking up data from another form. What gets looked up is not that exact data. So if I'm looking up my name will not be looked up. There will be an ID that comes with the lookup. It's called a record ID. So this is your, does all of you know programming? Or have you the basics of programming? Have you learned something called system variables? Some things that don't change. So record ID is one such variable, not variable, one such constant in Creator. So every record you add is an 18-digit record ID. So my name, the name, email, phone number, everything can be same. The data can be the same. But if there are two records, the record IDs will never be the same. So this is a unique identifier for every data that goes into the Creator platform. Yep. Um, so when you are fetching data, so when you want data operations inside your application, this record ID will come in handy. So this is an example for a one-to-one lookup. So I will not waste time in here if you already know this. Anyone who needs explanation on this, the one-to-one, usually if it's not a computer science or an AI related batch, sometimes they need explanation, which is why we've always kept this. Uh, do all of you know what's a 1v1 relationship? One to many, many to many. Anyone who doesn't know, wants explanation, please raise your hands. Is this clear? One to many. Bidirectional lookup means the data goes from both sides. So both forms can here to there or there to here. Both sides you can, the data flow happens. And there is something called self lookup. So basically in a larger organization, uh, inside the departments, the say a name will be from the master list. So it goes inside the organization. It's a self lookup. It's a very theoretical term. Yep. So you will see all this when we build our next form. So when you drag and drop a lookup field, you have to select the display type. So it can either be a drop down or a multi-select. So there are multiple options. There are four different types which you will see in the app. It's just a summary of that. Filter condition, fetch using lookup ID. So fetch using lookup ID is an advanced concept. We will cover it tomorrow. But whenever you are fetching, anything you fetch from any form on the backend, a lookup ID is involved. And when you look up, say a name, and you just print it, or if you just want to take it, it will not be a Helena. It will be a 1 2 3 6 7 8 or 18-digit ID. Then you will have to map it to the actual name. So this is the conceptual basis of lookup. Another way to build relationships in Creator is through subform. So again, like we discussed, there are two types of subforms. One, you saw the field, the subform. When you drag and drop, you get two options. One is you can build a new subform there by adding, like you added fields in the section. There will be multiple fields you can add to a subform, or you can add an existing form in the application as a subform in another form. So either which way, there is a relationship created between two forms. Either the parent form and the child form, or the child form is already the form that's created before, which means there is already a relationship. The fields are repeating. So these are the two ways you can build relationships in Creator. Uh, this is just for the theory. Show you. So there are two forms, say order information and product information. So when you put product information as a subform inside order information, you don't need a look to be there to connect the two forms. Since this exists within that form, there is already a relationship. I'm re-emphasizing this because without a proper relationship in the form, the data flow will not happen. So for you to fetch data for a seamless data flow, you always need a connection. Yeah. Any questions? Anything you want me to explain? Else we'll go to the next form. So all these concepts are there in the booklet. In case you want to go through again. If there are no more questions, we will go to the fifth form. It's a big form. Um, there are subforms, there are lookups. This is the most important form. There are 10 fields. We'll go one by one. So, are you on the edit mode or on the live mode of the application? So do you see this, something like this? Or what do you see on the top right? Access the application or edit the application. If you see edit the application, click on it. If you see access the application, just wait. If you see access the application, then you will also see the plus sign. Please go to the edit mode and click on the plus sign. Again, the same process. Click on form from scratch. Name is order form. Yeah, what is the first field? Lookup. We'll go do it together. Double click on the lookup. So you will see a couple of options. So by default, you will have only one application. Select your application. But in case you want to look up the data, so this is why I said one application will not give you the complete view of that platform. So here you can look up data from any app in the account. It's not just one app, any app. So here application is already selected. Go to the booklet. So what is looking up? What is getting looked up? Looking up to alumni ID from the alumni profile form. Always look at the description. For the name of the field is alumni ID. So lookup, we can only rename after we have set the lookup field. So looking up alumni ID from alumni profile. So form is alumni profile and field is alumni ID. Done. So display format. So you can have either a drop down or radio or a checkbox or multi-select. This depends on whether you want to select multiple entries or just one option from the drop down or the lookup. We'll go with the single selection drop down. Nothing else to be done. Select the application, form, and alumni ID field. Press 1. Since we are looking up from the alumni profile form, the lookup is by default called alumni profile. But we are looking up an alumni ID. So we don't want the form name, field name to be alumni profile. Change the name of the lookup to alumni ID. please do this. Just click on, by default, it will be called alumni profile. Go to the right and make it alumni ID. Please change the name of the lookup to alumni ID. Yep. The second field is a single line field. Pretty straightforward. So click on single line. The name of the field is name. Name. Also, sorry, the lookup field has to be a mandatory field. So click on the lookup field and make it mandatory. All of you have two fields now, alumni ID and name. Yep. Third one is an address field. Name is also address. And it's not a mandatory. So you just have to click on the address field. Yep. Yep. Not a mandatory field, and name can be address itself. Fourth one is an email field. Again, no changes to be done. Only make it mandatory. Yep. Email. Fifth one is a phone number field, an optional field. Just click on phone number. You don't have to do any other configuration. So we have alumni ID, name, address, email, and phone number. Sixth field is a single line field called order number. Select a single line field and name it order number and make it mandatory. The description in the booklet is just for you to understand, or in case it's a drop down, the choices will be mentioned in that description. Yep. Seventh field is a date field called order date. Click on the date field. Okay, sorry. We've completed 6 fields. Any doubts? You want me to slow down or repeat? No? Super. The eighth field is a subform field. I'll just wait for 2 minutes and then we'll go together with in the subform field. Just wait for everyone to finish. Until the subform field, please. Okay, we'll create a subform. Uh, we'll go together. Subform is called order items. It's a special field. Subform, not special field, sorry. It's an advanced field. Double click on subform. The first option that comes is blank subform. So here we will go ahead with blank subform, but you can always see there are existing forms. So if you want to embed an existing form inside a form, you can use that option, but we'll go with blank subform itself, no changes. Press done. The first step, please rename the subform. It's called order items. Before adding any fields, just rename the subform to order items. So once you have created the subform, uh, adding fields inside the subform, you can use that button inside the subform. See? So what is the first field inside the subform? Lookup. So use this button inside the subform called add field. Else, if you're going to use the field, it might go outside the subform, above the subform. So use that particular button. Scroll down, or you can search for lookup. Click on lookup. Refer your document item name from merchandise form. So from the merchandise form, we select item name. Select the application, form is merchandise, and field name is item name. Add. Rename the field to item name. So by default, the name of the form is taken. So you can see merchandise as the name. We don't want it. We want it as item name. So click on that field and change it to item name. So your subform currently should look like this. Order items is the name of the subform. Item name is the name of the lookup. Have you all gotten this? Any questions? Just make sure you rename the lookup and the subform. The next field is a number field called quantity. Again, go to the same button. There will be a number option. Select and change the name to quantity. Please always check if this is what you see on your screen as well. Order items subform, item name the lookup, and quantity is the number field. Done. With the first one, lookup. Have you done the subform? Rename the subform. Click on the subform. It will be called subform, right? It will be merchandise form, item name. Yeah. Done. So when you're adding fields inside the subform, use the button at the right hand side of the subform. Please use this button. Oh, yeah. All the fields inside the subform are mandatory. Okay. Third field inside the subform is currency. It's called price per unit. Add the field, add the currency field, and rename it price per unit. You can always cross check with the screen if this is how your subform looks. The name exact, it has to be the same. Yeah. Third field is price per unit. It's a currency field. And the fourth field is also a currency field. It's called total price. So all of your subform looks like this. Yeah. Anyone, any question? When you're adding fields inside the subform, use the button on the right side called add field, please. Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry. All fields are mandatory. So subform in real life, uh, say if you're looking at an app like a Swiggy for that matter, when you're adding multiple items, instead of having a form for each item, a subform acts as a, it can be multiple items in the same order, can be a subform. Otherwise, each item will have to be an order form. This is why we use a subform. We have 4 items inside the subform. Done. So we have 2 more fields. What is the last field? Currency. So currency is outside the subform. Just click twice. Um, so when you click currency, a new section gets created. Please listen here. So when you drag and drop currency, a new section gets created, right? Did everyone get a section? Yeah. So click on the section. There is an option on the right called show header for this section. Just uncheck it. We don't need it. Yeah. Just uncheck it and the section, that name will go away. Now rename the currency field as total payable. Please make sure this is outside the subform. Yeah. Everyone done? And finally, we have a drop down called order status. Drop down field called order status. Currency is also, the total payable is also mandatory. Order status has 5 different categories, 5 different choices. The first one is order placed. Second one is processing. Third one is shipped. Fourth one is fulfillment. And the final one is cancelled. That is the last field of the form. It's a drop down field. The choices are order placed, processing, shipped, fulfillment, and cancelled. Has everyone done this form is done? Good. We have one more, not form, we have one more change. So the sixth one, go back to, so are you on the screen? If you're done with the form, press done at the top. Press done. Do you see this portion of the app? Click on that arrow downwards. It's the navigation. There is an arrow. Go to post a job form. Go to the post a job form. Where you have your company name, company logo, job title. Yeah? Is everyone inside the posted job form? So we need to add a lookup in the posted by section, which means the final section. So inside the final section, you can drag and drop a lookup field. In the posted by section, drag and drop a lookup field. And what are we looking up? Alumni ID from the alumni profile form. Alumni ID from the alumni profile. In posted job form, at the bottom section called posted by, add a lookup field. Done. Any questions? Do you want me to repeat? Yep. Press done. Make it mandatory and name it alumni ID. Have you all added a lookup field called alumni ID? Rename it to alumni ID, please. We'll just wait for 5 minutes for everyone to finish. So for people who have finished already, access the application and add data to events and order form. Because the next section, Prasanna will be covering reports and pages. Now, so for that, we need to visualize some data. Your applications will not have much data. So add one entry per form, the order form and the events form. And please don't enter random XYZ or ABC. Add some relevant names. So if it's an event, say a quiz competition, write it as quiz competition. If there is an address, put a proper address with a pin code so that when on a map you can actually see it.
Good afternoon, everyone. Yeah. So till now we have seen how we can create different forms in Creator. So form is an important component of Creator, so one of the primary components of Creator. There are yeah, yeah, yeah. So are all of you done with the previous session, the form session? Is it completed? Have you all created all the forms, required forms? Okay, has asked you to add some data, so we can add the data. So I'll start the session. We'll add the data later. It can be possible. So the form is the primary component of Zoho Creator. Okay. So what happens when you submit data into a form? Can anybody take a guess? What happens? You have a form. You submit data into a form. What happens? Data is stored. So in what happens is creator's case, that's correct. A report for it is automatically created. Okay. So you enter data into a form and the data is stored in the form of a report. Okay. So that is what we are going to see in this session. The reports component of Zoho Creator. Okay. So this is the agenda. We'll see what are the different types of reports that are there, how we can customize these reports, what are the properties of reports, and how can reports be customized. So these are all the things we're going to see. So these are all the different types of reports available in the platform. We'll be walking through each one of them. We have the list report, pivot chart, pivot table, spreadsheet, Kanban, calendar, timeline, and map. So these are all the 8 different categories of reports that are available in Creator. Okay. So a list will show them in a sequential order. Okay. As you enter them, that is the primary default report that is being shown. We have a pivot chart. You can have pie charts, bar charts, etc. You'd have seen them in analytics software like Tableau. So those types of reports are possible in Creator. We have spreadsheets. The default spreadsheet format is available where you can edit the data in the form of a spreadsheet also. So that is a spreadsheet report, similar to Excel and Google Sheets. So those type of reports are possible in Creator. And we have Kanban report, so which allows you to view information based upon a specific category. We'll be seeing it in detail. So that is a Kanban report. Then we have a calendar report, which of course in the form of a detailed calendar. Say for example, we are conducting events, right? So to find out which event is being held on which day, we can have an event calendar report based on the events form. We create an events form, right? So that is the calendar report. We also have timeline, so which shows the series of actions from the beginning of an event till its end. So that is a specialized type of calendar report.